morning, boys and girls. It's Friday, April 17th. We are to Friday, right? This was a long week. So let's look at what we have today. Um, I'm not sure again when Dr. Schultz's assignments due, but this will be the last day that I post it. So hopefully you learned a lot about the viola. Um, Today you do not have to share your, oh, I'm sorry, yes you do. You have to, it's Friday, but you do still have work. Share your slides with me at the end of the day. If I didn't get to your slides, I will be finishing up any corrections this weekend for you to review and get feedback. There's no formal Zoom sessions today for our class, but again, if you feel you need a Zoom session with me today, let me know no later than 10:30 so I could plan out my day. I can organize small groups by a need basis. So if you need to Zoom, just tell me what you need help with by 10:30 and we'll figure out a schedule. I will work on it around 11 and then I will get back to you if you do request a Zoom date with me. Okay, continue those questions. Poetry centers are today. Miss Megan will explain the Poetry Center. She gives you two center ideas, and one is making art, about reading different poems, picking one, and see the imagery in your mind and what kind of art you can make based off of someone else's poem. And the other center is about going outside. Hopefully, it's not going to rain on us today. Going outside and find something that inspires you. And she explains how to do that with the nature poem. So you can complete both, or you can complete one or the other. And again, post your work on Seesaw and use the microphone to read out loud your poem to go along with it. So even though Mrs. Mangan goes through the slides with the video, we thought it would be helpful, and I'll click in it, we thought it would be helpful if you also had the slides here for you. All right, so here are the online resources, which I always provide, but it just gives you the Art Center, and you can always look at it and see what you're expected to do, and the Discovery Center here, so that you don't have to keep clicking into her video. And also, she gives you an idea of what to do for the Discovery Center by folding your paper into 4 sections. So we thought this would be helpful, and you can see her example as well. Okay, so let's go back to the blog. So there are the slides. Here are all the websites. I highly, highly recommend that you log into Epic and read from the collection of poetry. There's some really good poetry books in there, so that's a great source for reading today. Again, you can make the decision about what you want to do. I was also wondering how many people tried this Read, Write, Think. I love this, and I want to just go into it just to make sure that some of you, if you didn't explore, if maybe I can encourage you to explore that today as another possible center. So you might have to download the Flash. So just check it out. Like here, I just press Flash and then I say allow, and then it lets me in. But I really love this. And in my classroom, I usually have a center. So if I was to start um, a poem, I would go into the word bank, and down below are all these different words. And you can just start making your own poetry, like some words that you like here, and form something. And if you want to shuffle the words or get a new word bank, which it should let you do that. Oops, let's go back. If you want a new word bank, they'll give you more words, and you can really create a random poem here that actually might turn out to be beautiful. So check it out. You can save your work. I think you can even print from it, play around with it. But this is a lot of fun. It's just a different way to create your own poems with the word choices that they give you or the word banks. Okay, so just in case you didn't see that, that's something I wanted to point out. Continue your reading. Again, science, there isn't any assigned reading today. However, we have all those great weather books in your Epic for the weather collection. So I will go over that again, but just keep that in mind with splitting your poetry and your science reading. Cursive is due today, so if you did not take a picture of your lowercase q and n, please put them in your slideshow. And for some reason, if you can't print out, just send me a note in your slides just to remind me that you don't have any ink left. Okay, today you're going to learn about compound units. And I give you a quick video here, I think about 10 minutes or so, to really show you different scales and how to read scales using kilograms and grams. So this is really important to watch. It's short, but I think you're going to catch on quickly, but there are little things that you need to pay attention to because there's going to be markings that are not labeled, and you really need to figure out what their values are. So please really watch this closely, and you should be fine. Here's your workbook, page 17, copy and paste, or if you want to print, here's your other option. Also, thinking blocks we've done in class before, and I love this website. It's a great website, especially for those students that are struggling with making bar models. This website really assists and facilitates you to understand how to make the bar models by going slow, step by step. And if you get it wrong, it'll give you a different try. So try this out. I did a screenshot here. We can go into it real quickly here. Um, so right when you get into it, this is at Math Playground, which is also on my webpage. But when you go
Let's
into
get
it,
started.
they give you all different options of models that you want to start. So if you're having a hard time with um, comparison bar models, that finding the difference, this would be a good one for you. Or if you're having with comparison bar models where you're looking for the total, here's some part wholes. Definitely challenge yourself. So here are one steps, and then here's some random, but there's definitely higher levels that you can look at and really push yourself to read the word problems and figure it out. So let's just go into one. Here's the word problem. They also have a speaker to read to you. And then you have to figure out here how to drag in the labels and then drag in your bars. And then you'll have to figure out the answers and the check mark. So you'll see, you'll get a hang of it. And a lot of you have already done this in class, so you should be familiar with it. But this is really going to push you to look at word problems and understand bar modeling better. And I do think a lot of you need more practice with that. Okay, so really take advantage of that and save some time for that. So the video is about 10 minutes or so. The workbook really shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes. So I would really spend a good 20 minutes on thinking blocks today. Also, your math workbook from Thursday is due today. It's workbook page 1516. Again, in order for your work to be completely accepted, it has to have a bar model, work, and answer statement. Otherwise, I will ask you to redo it. Okay, science, weather and climate. We're continuing. This is part 4 of what is weather. Um, Here is a screenshot of the 10-day forecast, which is also in your science folder in your Google Drive. And here is your 10-day forecast, which is this. It's a link. So if some of you want to print it out to have beside you, that's fine. Or you have the picture here. Because your work today, Mrs. Boyer will go through your day today, what you need to do. But you're going to need to do the same thing, the stop and think questions again. Copy and paste them into your e-learning slides under science. And again, we want complete sentences and details. So you need your weather chart for this, and you need your 10-day forecast for this. Some of you might already have your forecast written correctly on your weather chart, but it's just another guide to help you. So Mrs. Boyer will explain everything you need to do, so the video should be sufficient. Here's another smart fact. Just read it. It's another interesting fact. Today is your last day to hand in your sign to show that you care about the healthcare professionals, and your ongoing time capsule is however long you need. Okay, so today, instead of the week, I did what you need at the end of today. So if you need to look at each post at the end of the day to make sure you have everything, you're going to have to do that. I am just going to give you a daily checklist. So your words their way is due today. I will check that over this weekend to see how you did with your spelling. So please check all activities and then submit all so that I have all complete rather than in progress. You have your poetry centers. You could choose one or two. Read from your epic poetry collection. Your cursive Q and O are due. Math workbooks 15 to 17 is due. Spend about 20 minutes on thinking blocks, and this could be ongoing. It doesn't have to be just today. It's also on my webpage. Reflex, I'm looking for those three green dots. If you met your 100% fluency, I will look tomorrow and I'll move you up your level. Your epic weather collection, that's your other reading for the 30 minutes. Your stop and think questions, and just complete your journal for Friday. Also, if you could put this in under your science, that would be great. I want to take a peek at it, but we will need this for next week because I'm going to use my weather chart to just talk off of the data of my chart about our future weather lessons. Okay, boys and girls. So enjoy today. If you need me, again, you have the Padlet. We could set up an appointment. Otherwise, get your work done and start your weekend early. Okay, so have a great weekend. Oh, one more thing. I'm just thinking of it. We will have a Zoom Monday at 11 o'clock. Mr. Casal is going to meet us the first 15 minutes. We're going to talk about getting Gmail accounts. So we'll talk about that, and then we'll have a lesson afterwards. So do plan on Zooming with me at 11. I will put your schedule for Zooms in your social studies folder. I'll update it for the week, and I'll include all specials again. So it'll be our Zooms and specialists like music and Spanish for next week. So all the Zooms and all the links will be in one spot in your social studies folder. Okay, boys and girls, enjoy the weekend. Rest, get outside, and get off the screens and just enjoy each other, and stay off the screens. I know I will. Okay, boys and girls, enjoy your weekend.